So good evening and welcome. We are so excited that you're here tonight. For those of you who we've not met, because we do have some new people, my name is Susan Johnson, my husband Kevin.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
We are the part of Helping Hands Grateful Hearts. Cameron, I see you're there, so jump in and say hi.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cameron. I'm Sue and Kevin's son and part of the Helping Hands Grateful Hearts board. So,
Love it.
You can tell he's our son because of the hair.
Yeah, you wish.
yeah, I was gonna say, what hair, Dad?
Yeah. So thank you all for coming. We would love to have everybody come visit with us this year, come work with us on this trip. We've been working really hard behind the scenes. This year, for those of you who have never been, we're going to build very far north of Guatemala City. It's about I would say probably about 6 hours north. We'd say, Deanna, about 6 hours north of Guatemala, kind of west and north of Guatemala City.
Yeah, it could be a little bit more, but we were going to say 6 so you feel excited to come. Okay, we're not going to say how much it's going to be.
A Guatemala 6.
So Deanna and I actually met on our very first build. She was were you the team leader of our team on that very first year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
I was.
So that was 7 years ago. And Deanna now with our daughter, Caitlin, do a lot of the planning for the trip. So Deanna is a key player in everything that goes on. She's amazing and hard worker. You'll never meet anybody who has more dedication and passion for the things that she does. So Deanna and Caitlin, along with Diego, Mata, Kevin and I, and Cameron have been working on the logistics of the trip. We have 2 different options that we're going to offer you to come. The original one was going to arrive on December 9th, and you would travel through to that following Sunday, which I think is the 19th. But we had many people who said they couldn't make it the whole time. So we're going to add in a separate option where you can come in just for the build if you want to. Now, we highly recommend you come in for all the days. One of the things that we feel as a family is really important, when you travel with us, we really think it's important that you see everything that Guatemala has to offer. We think it's important that you see a city, that you get a city tour, you feel for that city life. We feel it's important that you see some of the agriculture and the tourism that Guatemala has. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. And then we feel that you play that off with going into a community that has poverty and need, yet are just such an inspiration to many of us who work in those communities. So the community this year is up in Huehuetenango. It is going to be, again, a more agricultural community like before. Techo, which is the organization that we partner with and who Deanna works with and is a part of, has already identified our community. The community, they've worked in the community before, and they were really supposed to have a build 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago before COVID hit. And they've been waiting for a long time because Guatemala shut down a lot of the builds that were going on. And last year, we were one of the only builds, or one of only a couple builds that actually went off last year in Guatemala. So when we said we'd like to travel far north, very close, up toward that Mexican border, the community was very excited. And the team from Xela, so the city that we'll visit this year, where normally we visit Guatemala City and we spend time there, we're going to actually spend time in Xela, which is actually called, all right, Deanna, is it?
Quetzaltenango.
Quetzaltenango. They call it Xela for short. And that is west of Guatemala City. It's beautiful. We've actually done touring there before. Love it. It's a great city. And so if you are coming in and doing all 9 days, we will arrive in Guatemala City by Thursday night, the 9th. And on Friday, we will travel to Xela. Friday, we'll tour Xela. We'll stay in Xela. We're going to tour around Xela, the city, on Saturday. And then on Sunday, those who are in for the full trip will take rather a long bus ride north to Huehuetenango. It is a pretty long hike to where we're going. Way up in the north, they have something called cenotes. These are basically large sinkholes that are either filled with water and some are with vegetation. Beautiful, beautiful part of the country, and will be amazing, amazing to tour. And then we will make our way back down to where the build is, and the build will start on Wednesday night, and then we will finish up on probably Saturday morning. For those of you who want to do a shortened version, you would need to arrive in Guatemala City by Tuesday night. The trip was the best, absolutely. You would need to arrive in Guatemala City by Tuesday night, And then you would get on a bus the next morning, you'd have lunch in Shella, and then you will go to the build site where you will meet up with the team that's already been in the country. So you have those two options. That second option will not have much touring, maybe a little bit in Shella, but you won't have that option for doing the touring of the country itself. Any questions about, not about the build, but any questions about arrivals, departures, as far as the timing goes of the touring? No. Deanna, do you want to add anything in there?
Well, yes, if you like, I have some pictures that I had prepared if you
Oh, that would
like
be
to.
great.
So
Yes.
maybe we can say like this day will be this day will be this, and this will be this, something like it. So just give me a second because I'm on my phone and I'm just setting everything on my computer. Okay, so
Sure. And while you do
want
that,
to
I'll
be
talk
ready.
a little bit. I'll talk a little bit about the community. Do you have any of the community pictures? Were you able to get those too? And
No,
anybody-
that was the
no worries. So
Okay.
Tetra works really closely, and if you need me to help you share screen, let me know, Deanna. I think it'll let you do it, but I'm not sure. Tetra works very closely with the communities that they work in. There's a volunteer team that's assigned there. They visit there regularly. They get to know the community, and the community determines who gets the homes that we build. It's not something we select. It's not something that Tetra selects, but it's something that's done in collaboration with the community. It's considered a hand up, not a handout. Each family needs to pay a certain amount of money to purchase the home, where we raise money to do the rest. That way the family has an investment in the home itself. And not only that, they're required to help us build. So they help us, they help clean the area, they help prepare the ground, and they help us build. And hopefully this year again, a new language. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to, I don't know. I'm not sure if they speak a different language or not. Do we know, Deanna, are they Spanish or do they speak a Mayan dialect?
Oh, I believe they speak another one, but mainly Spanish. But it's probably that they do. And also
Okay.
to let you know, the fee that they have to pay for the house is the 6.31% of the total cost of the house. But they don't know that.
Love that. We keep that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and so here's what's really interesting. When we set our fundraising goals for this year, we wanted to raise money for 10 homes. We've been doing these food kits in Guatemala where it's $55 a food kit. Bob and Abby have been amazing. Abby is on it. She managed to raise close to $5,000 last year for food kits. And then we also last year built a community center. The community center was actually just finished because they ran into some problems, but we managed to do that as well. This year, so we sent 10 homes, 5,000 in community, in food kits. And then if we would have enough to do a project, we would. When they went into the community, they've realized that there are 12 families in need. Now, the families know that based on what we raise for money will be the houses that we can actually build, but we would love to have a big, hairy goal of raising money for all 12 families. So anybody out there that wants to help us do that, we would super, super appreciate it. Bob and Abby are on it. We've actually already raised some money for a couple of them. We'd love to meet that goal, but super excited. And the really neat thing about where we are now is that we now include a water filtration system for the family so they can catch rainwater, filter it, and they can actually help support several of the families around them with that water as well. So we're not only helping them with that, safe place to stay that have locks on the doors and the windows, but now we're also giving them the opportunity to have clean water in their own home and help those around them. So that's really, really cool. All right, Tiana, are you good to go?
You might have to mute Bob.
Yeah, Bob, I think I have to put you on mute.
What's that?
I think I have to put you on mute.
Okay, I gotta go. I will call you tomorrow.
Okay, did you have anything you want to say to the group?
Yes. The goal will be met. We will be doing all the homes.
Woohoo!
There you go.
I'm pretty confident to say that right now.
All right, we love that.
So I have a birthday party that's gonna raise 2 of them next month.
Nice.
So
Love that.
anyway, I'll check in with you guys on Monday.
All right, Bob, we'll talk to you then. Have a great
All right,
weekend. Give
okay.
Curtis a hug.
Thanks, Bob.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep. So we, Bob does everything big. He's amazing. And so he'll help us reach that goal. And we'd love for everyone else to help us reach that goal as well. Yeah, Bob is a beast. Absolutely.
right.
You're right, Arthur. He is. Deanna, are you ready to show some pictures?
Yep. Hold on
Okay.
just a second. Okay, first thing that I wanted to show you is that this is the map, okay? So this is,
Hold on one second. It's probably going to take a minute for it to come up. We don't see
Oh,
anything
okay.
yet. We just see Deanna has started. There we go. Map's up.
yeah?
Yep, you're good.
Mhm.
Okay. This is the hotel. This is the hotel that we usually stay. I believe that we're going to use the same one, so that's why I put it. And okay, this is our little country and the communities around this part. Okay, it says 5 hours, but it's more like that because this is assuming that we have the best, excellent, and most perfect road, and we do not have that at the end of the way because it's very like it's. I haven't been here before, but they're saying that it's like 1 hour after the road. Okay, so it's around 6 hours, 7 hours. Okay, but the tour that we're planning to do, okay, is going to start here. It says Quetzaltenango. The idea is of Friday is so. Meanwhile, we're traveling to Shela, visit the lake. I believe that some of you have been there before, but the idea is to have lunch here.
Yeah, look at those views.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm ready to go back.
That's
this is the
yeah,
west
some of us
Shela.
have been here. That's beautiful.
Are those two volcanoes?
Yes, you can see 3 of them. Acatenango, Agua, and Santa Maria, if I'm not wrong, and also the Fuego.
Yeah, Lake Atitlan we stayed at, gosh, that has to go back 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
That should be cool.
That was Shepiakul. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, and after this, it's very close to Shela. It's like 2 hours more, maybe 1 hour and a half. We're going to be staying in this city. Saturday, the idea is to have a little tour on this one. Okay. Just to imagine a little bit more. This is like a second city for the country. Like it's Guatemala, and after that, this one will be the most developed city that we have at the moment. And after that, maybe it's Petén and Puerto Barrios too. We had to go there, but next year. Okay.
It's
Now
beautiful. Shell is beautiful. It's a beautiful.
it's a little cold, just that.
Yeah, for those who went 2 years ago, when we went up to Coban, it has a similar feel, but a little more city-esque. So a lot of those older buildings, beautiful.
Yes, a little bit. Okay, and after that, the idea is to start traveling to Huehue. I'm going to return to the map because the place that we're going is almost here. It's almost Mexico.
It's beautiful.
So it's a little bit more of hours. That's why we're going to travel on Sunday, so we have a little bit more of time to not going too fast, to be able to rest a little bit more, to appreciate the way and everything else related. Okay. And the idea is to go to first thing Laguna Brava. And this is. I haven't been here before, so I'm excited too. We haven't talked a lot about hotels or how it's going to be the logistic, but we're going to show you at the end of before you come. So, but this is the idea of the Laguna Brava. It's very
That's amazing.
See? It has been photographed by National Geographic.
It's beautiful.
Well, maybe this. And also the other plan is to go to the cenotes, as Susan was saying before, that it's similar, but the beautiful thing about this is like it's like kind of hole, okay, that is surrounded by trees, plants, and everything else, and you can see the water. And it's very like there's, if you remember Zamuk, there was a part that was some kind of like that. So the water is like the same color too. It's a little bit maybe cold, more cold than Coban, but it's super cute. And also this is maybe we have got the time, we are not sure yet. The idea is to go to this place too. This is just to visit because I believe it's not allowed to go down. This is the Cimarron.
I love the comment. So Arthur wants to know if we're going camping. Shannon says that she absolutely loves cenotes, and AJ's got his camera ready. So we love it. We love it.
Yeah, we'll have to bring some rope for this last one though.
Okay, and this is like the idea to visit this year. We haven't figured out exactly how it's going to be the order or exactly where I stay and all related to, but we're gonna have fun. Maybe it's going to be better than Coban, if that's available.
I know that was really good.
If that's possible, maybe
Mhm.
better than Coban.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you know, so as Deanna said, the absolute logistics, they're working on them now. Where it comes to where we stay, you know, when you go this far north, we're not going to be doing 5-star. We can certainly say that. You know, we'll look for something clean, something safe. We try not to make it too expensive. We know that people don't have a lot of money. Our goal is to give you the absolute best we can, yet keep the price so that you can afford to go. For those of you who might be traveling as 2 people or, you know, a couple of gals together, we certainly are happy to put people together. I know Robin Gursky, if she could pull it off, she would love a roommate. Our daughter Caitlin's going, you know, guys, Cameron's always, you know, looking, and we would love to be able to take some of the folks from Techo with us as well. And they're always game to share a room. Yep, Deanna. So I know Deanna and Caitlin would love a roommate as well. So, so, you know, we'll team anybody up that we can to make sure that we do that, and know that, you know, we're not about spending a ton of money. We try to find really good local food places to eat at, you know, that everybody knows. We like to get to know, you know, we saw some amazing stuff last year. We did some great food where we went to what was the little street place we went to when we toured Guatemala City?
The taco.
The taco place. I mean, it was amazing. So know that, you know, we try to keep in mind that, you know, keep the expenses down to the minimum, but give you the best opportunity we can. And we're super excited about this, and we'll let you know what the pricing is for, like, what's the price to get into, you know, any of these attractions. If there is one, a park fee, we'll have all that for you. We'll let you know how much the hotels will be so that you'll know exactly what you'll need to have to travel. Obviously, one of the, you know, the unknowns is going to be the airfare. Airfare has bounced all around. In general, it's been running from someplace like here in Tennessee, it's been running around 700. What else you got there, Diana?
I would like to show you the center that we.
This is the community center. So for those of you who helped us raise money last year, this is a community center from actually 2 years ago. This is the Coban. This is the one that when we went to Coban, this is a community center that we paid for then. And then we had trouble finding the land for, and they eventually found it. And then COVID kind of held it back. So talk to us a little bit about the community center.
Well, I believe that this is not the one that you.
Oh, okay.
This is another one, but I just need to find it.
Huh?
Oh, no, it's not. Allow me a moment, because
So we had all kinds of issues with the community center, you know, from finding land. You know, we were going to try to build it in the
Where's
center.
Kevin?
There's Kevin.
Where's Kevlar?
We're going to try to build it in the community that we were in, and they ended up not being able to find land. There was another area that was looking to build a community center. We funded it there. They purchased the land, they cleared the land, they started to build, and then they had the flooding. So they had to stop, and then COVID hit and they had to stop again. And so there were several things that went off. We were so happy to finally see. We were supposed to go down and actually help them build it last April, and, you know, obviously, or no, 2 years ago, and you know, last year, and, you know, in the height of COVID, and we couldn't do that. So it's really cool to know that this has been built.
I don't know if they posted on Instagram or not.
Okay.
But well, you can see a little bit more about Techo does here in Guatemala at the moment, and also the houses. Or
Susan, what city is the community center in?
Huehuetenango? No,
no,
the community
no,
center is in Chinilajom.
Chinalajom. Yep. Chinalajom.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I
It's
actually
also in
have
Cuba.
some pictures of it, but I have to find them. I can send them out to everybody.
I was sure that there was here. Well,
So for those those folks that are new or haven't been in a while, what kind of questions do you have for us? I can talk a little bit more about logistically about coming in, but do you have any questions about being a part of the trip or anything like that? Does anybody have any specific questions they want to ask? No?
AJ
AJ,
has
go ahead,
risen his
AJ.
hand.
I'm trying to be, I guess, proper about it.
Yeah, don't be proper. We're not proper. Go for it.
This is like in the university, like when you request to talk.
I think this is bad. You should see us at our board meetings. We all just shout at each other.
Go ahead, AJ.
Well, I'm wondering about a few things. First would be, I have not been to that part of the world, and I have not been to that part of the world in December. So things about dress code. I'm
Okay.
assuming that would be a pretty important detail so that we're all comfortable, and especially while working.
You
So-
can leave the tie at home.
Yep.
It's
I'll leave the tie at home, yeah.
optional.
So just so you know, that is a great question. Thanks. That's awesome. And I forget that, that not everybody's been there. So we will spend a lot of time together going forward. I have packing lists. We'll have calls where we'll go over, what you should bring, what the community might want. Oh, did Kate just jump in?
She was in.
Oh, hey,
10
Kate.
minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been here
Um,
for a little bit.
Oh,
I'm here, sorry.
that's okay. So this is Kate, our other daughter. Our daughter.
other
I
daughter.
said, yes.
She's our
Sorry
favorite,
about that. Kim.
our favorite
Our
daughter.
favorite daughter, yeah, the only daughter. Sorry, Kate, our daughter. So AJ, we'll spend a lot of time talking about, we have packing lists. We have, we'll talk about what the weather will be like. There's a lot of layering that goes on in December because we'll be in different parts of the country. You're going to want to make sure that you have, something like a short sleeve shirt that you can put a sweatshirt over, you can have a coat over so that you can put on and off layers. That's going to be big. We sleep in the communities that we work in. So because we do that, you're going to need to have a sleeping bag. You're going to want to have an air mattress of some type. A lot of people bring the kind that inflate themselves, the ones you roll up and carry. If you're coming early, you might be able to get to a Walmart and actually buy an air mattress that you can pump up and bring with you to sleep on. You're going to want to have a backpack. We'll talk a lot about snacks and foods. The communities, we make all our own food with Techo. Techo supplies all the food on the build. So you'll be part, and you might help cook, you might not, based on how the teams are set up. But they work very closely with us because we are an international team that comes in. They'll make sure that we have bagged water. They don't do bottles, they do bagged water. They'll make sure that we have the foods that we don't have to worry about. Things will be cooked so that we don't have to worry about getting a bug or something like that. Many of us are gluten-free, so they'll often provide some gluten-free options. So they really worked with us well over the years to make sure that we have everything that we need. We'll talk a little bit closer to the date about, what you might bring to the community. We try to find out how many children we have. Sometimes you bring pencils or pens. We've had people bring backpacks. We've had people bring some clothing or
They love candy.
candy. Yes, they love candy. One of the things with candy we always have to be mindful of is that they sometimes throw wrappers. So we try to limit the amount of wrappers that come or work with them to make sure that we get those wrappers back. So we'll work with you with that. We will have all of the information. You do not need a visa to get into the country. At this point, you do not need a vaccine. They don't believe that you will be required to have one to get into the country, but you will have to have either a vaccine certificate or you will have to have a negative COVID test, and we'll let you know what type of a COVID test that you would need to have. Last year, it got very specific on us. Kevin and I got to the airport and they actually told us we had the wrong test. So it was kind of interesting. So we'll make sure we understand with a complete. Last year was a PCR test. You're right. One of the interesting things is that they're actually getting rid of the PCR tests that we used last year in place of something new here in the States. So we'll have to figure out what they're going to require, and that will just take time. But we'll have all that information for you. When you arrive at the airport, we always make sure that there is someone there to meet you, either from Techo or the Johnsons, or if you've been there before, we have the hotel that we stay at in Guatemala City. You know what to look for. They hold a sign for you. We make sure that you're all set. We'll handle all of the hotel bookings throughout the entire stay for you, unless you want to come in on your own. And then if you want to stay extra time, we'll also help you with that. The hotel that we work with in Guatemala City is beautiful. They've worked with us for several years. They have a hotel shuttle. It's like $5 to go back and forth. It might be 10 now. If you come in as a group, you can also take a taxi. It would work out to about the same. If there's 3 of you, it might be cheaper to actually take the taxi. Again, once we know what your flights are, we'll work with you on that. Techo picks us up at the hotel when we do for that next day, and we'll be on the bus with them for the touring the entire time. Same thing for that second group that comes in. You'll get to the hotel. Techo will pick you up at that hotel the next morning, and they'll take you to Shella and then to the build. And you'll actually team up with many of the folks from Shella that will be on the build that are going to be riding on your bus. The bus that goes north will have maybe some volunteers on it or folks that travel with us a lot, but the rest of them will be picked up. Bus parties are the best. Absolutely. We love the bus parties. So AG, that's, oh, go ahead, Shannon.
I have a quick question. You said that if you have to do the smaller part where you can only come in for the build, you have to come in Wednesday night. So the bus
Tuesday
leaves
night.
Tuesday. Yep.
Tuesday night. So the bus
That's the 14th, right, Mom? No, sorry. Tuesday's the 13th. No, I'm looking at the wrong month.
Yep, Tuesday the 13th. And you can come in at any time there, Shannon. So it could be late. What day is it, Cam?
It is the 14th. Tuesday the 14th.
14.
Okay.
Yep.
And so
Right.
you can do that later flight because we know some of you need to work, or I know it's a tough week for a lot of people, especially if you're a teacher. So and then that bus will leave the next day. Deanna, what time do we think that bus is going to leave?
Well, it depends of exactly if we have to wait for someone or not, because we have to be, that bus has to be 2 p.m. at least. I mean, that's the latest that we can be, 2 p.m. in Shella. And normally it takes 4 hours to get to there. Taking in mind that maybe the traffic or something that's related to.
The
So
bus,
basically, go ahead, Shannon.
bus has to
The bus
leave.
will be leaving at 10 a.m.
Yep.
What?
Sorry, I didn't know. You said that it has to leave Guatemala City at 2, or it has to be in Shella by 2.
Shella by
Oh,
2.
it has to get there
Okay.
at 2 p.m. That's
So
the
if you were
latest.
going to take like an overnight flight, Shannon, you'd
Yeah.
want to be in by like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. So you'd have time to, one of us to get you or whatever, we'll work that out. You certainly have lots of folks down there. We know that, would love to pick you up at the airport. So that's awesome. And so if that's what you need to do, we'll just have to work that out,
Okay.
Okay.
And Susan, thank you for answering my question and the further details that answered further questions. What I already have all the time booked off from work to do this. Booking flights, you already answered the question that as long as we provide the information, we'll be able to get picked up from the airport. As far as leaving, is there any risk in booking for the 19th and not getting the flight if it's in the evening?
No, that's fine. So here's what will happen. We will stay in Shella on Saturday night, and it's 4 hours the next morning to get back to the airport in Guatemala City. So as long as you are anytime after like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., you should be fine. So you're looking
Okay.
for that later flight.
Yeah.
And a lot of them leave 4, 5 o'clock or something like that. And anybody is also welcome to stay that Sunday night that hasn't booked. We will probably leave on the Monday, not on the Sunday. We like to meet with people that we've traveled with before on that last night. So if anybody wants to take that extra day and leave on Monday, we will be staying in Guatemala City on Sunday. At least Kevin and I will. The kids might have to go back, but we'll be there. And we welcome anybody to stay and hang with us. And again, we meet up with folks from other trips. So absolutely.
Okay. For me, this sounds a lot like my old Boy Scout trips.
It will be.
So I've done like 2-week camping trips out in the Rockies, and I know how to pack a backpack.
I love that. That's awesome. And you will find, you'll find that the Johnsons in particular come with these huge bags. I mean, we have like the biggest bags you'd ever want. So we call them big ticks. They're those LL Bean extra large, tote bag things. I mean, they're just huge, but it's a big joke. But you know, with the time you get all the candy in there and you get all the clothes in there, and the boots in there, and the backpack in there, and the rolling up thing in there. I mean, it's really funny. So it's okay. You don't have to come with just a backpack. You can bring more if you want. You just get laughed at.
I'm just thinking that it's probably better to have a backpack rather than any roller suitcases for this type of trip.
Yeah, if you can, that's
okay.
great. But
You
I'll
can.
tell you what, they're amazing. You know, what you'll find is that all of that luggage ends up on top of the bus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the big thing you want to make sure is that you have something that might be waterproof, or that you take some garbage bags with you that you can throw on in case we get rain. Because
Gotcha.
now they usually cover them, but we also know that there's always leakage.
Right. So probably good to have a personal bag for the bus.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, you keep your computers and your cameras and, you know, your notes, whatever. I mean, you can bring some stuff in the bus with you too, but like the big luggage, we generally put on top based on the bus. Now, we have had school buses in the past too, where we packed it all in the back of the school bus and we ride in the front of the school bus. So we never really know, but if you're going to come for the whole trip, we will probably have a more of a touring type of bus where we usually put the bags up top.
Okay. Far as things that are required by the government besides the COVID stuff, what about just general vaccine records?
Nope, no requirements.
It's a good practice, and this will come out in the notes, just to register your trip with the US State Department. Just they'll send you updates, and at least they know you're in the country for a certain period of
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
I've
yep.
done that in other trips abroad as well. And travel insurance, anything specific that we would need?
You know, I mean, it's always a good idea to do it. There's nothing in specific that you need, but you know, you want to make sure you contact your health provider to find out what your requirements are for if you're out of country, what to do. You know, do they require you get a doctor's letter? Do you have to call them if you get sick? You know, we've been very fortunate, knock on wood, that, you know, we've only had small things happen. The biggest thing that we've had happen is generally someone always gets the barfs. It's just
Montezuma's
part of the-
revenge is a big problem.
Yep.
If
Well,
you
and
drink
also
water.
last year we had a problem with the bus. I remember that we had to stop because
Oh,
we had
that's right, that's
to
right.
figure it out. I think it was heating or something like it.
Yeah. We had the bus overheat last year, but the big thing is, you know, for your health insurance, just find out what's required of you. And if you have, like, some of you pay with a certain credit card, they give you some travel insurance like American Express. It never hurts to have travel insurance. We generally don't take it ourselves. But you know, if you feel comfortable and that's something, it's always a good thing to do if it's something that you feel you need.
Right. And I guess that might tie into the water situation. Now, everything I've heard about this part of the world is that you don't drink natural water. You drink from packaged.
Yep.
Yep.
And Techo will they always provide tons of they have bagged water. They actually have bags of water that we use.
Yeah.
They have that all for the build. When we're in Guatemala City, I mean, for the first night, there's a little place right across the street. You can go and buy bottled water. They provide it in the hotel, like one or two, but all of us usually carry it. Any touring that we'll do, we'll make sure we stop to have water. So it's always definitely, when you brush your teeth, you don't brush with the sink water. Now, the hotel, we've never had
Hotel's
problems in the
clean.
hotels.
Yeah,
Those are
hotel's
clean.
fine.
But, you know, we've stayed at some little hotels that are really small, and it's always a good idea to, brush with your bottled water. And, you can certainly take showers, but like in the community centers, you don't want to throw your whole face under the shower and breathe it in and swish it around. And, you kind of put your head back and, you're careful. And again, it's not that it's dirty or that, it's just that they're a different part of the country and they have different bacteria.
Yeah.
So we always have to be mindful of that.
Me too. The hotel that we were staying in Guatemala is very committed to us. I mean, it's June and they already talked to me like saying, hey, when you're coming in your group. So
Yeah.
they're very committed to us.
Yep.
They have good food. I don't
Oh.
know if because of COVID, they're going to have the same regulation as last year that we won't be able to eat on the buffet bar. You have to eat in your room.
Yep.
So I'm not sure. They haven't said anything yet, but they're a very good hotel. They're very nice. They're very
Yeah,
nice.
they're awesome. Yep. And here's what'll happen, if they're following the COVID restrictions that they followed last year, when you walk into any building, any store, any mall, any hotel, they take your temperature. They still take your temperature, Deanna?
Yes, they
Yep.
do.
They take your temperature, you
And
put
the
your
mask
forehead
is
up.
mandatory.
Yep, they do the temperature, and they have hand sanitizer right there so that you can use it. They're really good about that. And if you're in a mall, you do it walking into the mall, and then you do it in every store that you go into. And still mask requirements, Deanna?
Yes, it,
Yep.
it is.
Yep,
It's
mask
required.
requirements, we were required to mask. We didn't have to mask on the buses once we were gone. In the community, we did mask while we were on the build. When we were personally alone, no, but and there were families that masked and families that didn't, but we're gonna look to ask you follow the regulations and wear the mask on the build. Now, Deanna, we were allowed to wear bandanas last year. Do they still allow bandanas in Guatemala, or are they only masks now?
Well, they have that because it's not more too effective using the bandanas.
Yeah,
'Cause,
so in the
it's just-
States, they don't allow them anymore, for the most part. So they same there?
yeah, it's best if you use the mask, if you wear the mask.
So there you go. So, it's most likely we'll be following those same restrictions this year, and it was fine.
Yeah, maybe more important.
And also for the
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, mostly, regardless, coming from the States, what your requirements are locally, the masking situation last year was really, it affords Techo in a broader sense to be able to continue their work in the communities. So conformance to the guidelines is really to not get them in trouble.
Yep.
So regardless of your personal feelings and your level of risk tolerance, we still ask that you would follow whatever Techo tells us to follow, so they don't get in trouble and they can continue to do the work that they do.
Which is so important. Yep. As far as other things, so, one of the things you need to know is that Techo has very strong rules about if you've come in the past and you wear your Techo shirts, no alcohol when you have a Techo shirt on. So, that's a guideline, and we're going to ask that you do the same thing with
And-
your
and-
Helping Hands
and during
Grateful
the build.
Hearts. Yep, and during the build, no alcohol during the build. But when we're out touring and we're on our own and it's night, we're not in a Techo shirt, we're not in a Helping Hands Grateful Heart shirt. Absolutely, we can have a lot of fun. It's a great time, and it's a good time to hang out and have fun and, do drinks and those kind of things. But, they do have certain restrictions or guidelines that we follow when we are in Techo gear or in Helping Hands Grateful Hearts gear.
Don't forget the coffee.
You gotta have that coffee.
Gotta have the
Woo!
coffee.
And going to Way, right?
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, the home of El Injerto, which is like one of the original coffee plantations in the country.
Yeah, we're excited about that. So for those doing the long tour, we will get a really good tour of Shella. You're going to get the opportunity to really learn more about Shella and the community. We did the tour there 3 years ago, and it's just a great place. We spent Kate, Kevin, and I spent a couple days over there and really got to see it. It's a fun city, a lot of history, a lot of interesting architecture, and so that will be fun to do. And then then heading north from there. More questions, AJ. Those were great questions.
Just very quickly, I forgot. Kathleen just chimed in. She's the person that I mentioned that wants to join us. Kathy, sorry for sending you the link so late. My apologies on that part.
Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you.
Hi.
We
And she's
love the
based
fact
in
that you wanna
Florida.
travel. That's awesome. That is just great. We're excited about that.
Thank you.
All right, AJ, you have more questions? You got some great questions.
I can come up with a few.
Yeah, no, that's great.
What would be timing for booking flights?
You're welcome to book them at any time you want to book them. I would certainly start looking at flights to see, when the cheaper ones are. To give you an idea, Kevin and I always go in a few days early. We will probably arrive the weekend before. So if you've got the time off and anybody wants to come in early, just let us know when you want to come in. We're already usually at the hotel or in that area, and would be happy to, pick you up, make sure you get your, get in and all that kind of stuff. So, as soon as you want to book, you can. Keep me informed as when you book so that we can, what'll happen is we have some people who like to meet up in airports. When you fly out of the States, there's usually 2 airports you end up in, either Houston or Miami, unless you're coming from California. So if you're coming from that East Coast, you're either going to fly through Miami or Houston. And what we'll do is we'll have you guys look for each other at those airports if you're all flying in on the same day. Miami, California, a lot of them go straight through to Guatemala. So, and they have a lot of overnight.
Here's a little advice too. So if you're looking to buy tickets in the month for December, which is when we're going, a good time to buy and to start looking for cheap prices would be September through early October, after the summer travel and right before holiday season.
Nice. That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Great tip.
Well, Eric and I live pretty much in the same neighborhood, so I'm sure we'll be coordinating.
Yep.
Arthur and I live in the same building and we didn't even share a webcam here.
Hey, you're like one building over. It was a little far.
Too much to
Connected.
walk. Pack a lunch.
All the way over there.
Pack a lunch.
Uh,
All right. Other questions? Anybody else out there? No? You know, would anybody that's been on the trips before like to come in and talk a little bit about our travels, what your experiences have been? You know, we've got some new people that have never traveled with the Johnsons or Helping Hands, Grateful Hearts, or Techo, or to Guatemala, you know, and this will go out to a few more people. You know, anybody want to jump on and just talk about some of their experiences?
I can throw out some tips for traveling with the Johnsons. One thing about my parents, and my mom is amazing about this, she always has a schedule and she always likes to keep to it. So it does tend to be a bit go in the sense of making sure we're on time, making sure we're keeping things on schedule is pretty important. And if it feels like she's being pushy, it's not the case. It's just she likes keeping herself on that schedule, and it's the truth. It's the truth. But in all seriousness, like we always make sure that you guys are enjoying. If you like need help with translating, obviously we have a bunch of people who will be there. If you speak Spanish and you are able to help translate, that's even better. You're going to get a chance to really experience like the marketplaces. I'm not sure. I don't think we'll have time for Central Market, as we won't be spending a ton of time in Guatemala City this year.
Within Shayla, that there should
But
be
The lake too.
So you guys will definitely have a lot of opportunities to pick up trinkets or gifts or whatever it is that you want, pieces of the culture that.
Atitlan too. There's if I remember, that's a community that does all the weaving. It's just they're amazing work they do there. Absolutely. And yeah, you can definitely see there is a lot of beautiful pieces of this culture that you can that are incredible to share. One of my favorites that I've found was actually a gift for somebody else. It was a beautiful dress that they take like a month to make, just one of them. But yeah, anyway, it is an incredible experience, and we're all looking forward to being able to share it with all of you. So just hang in with us as we kind of forge forward.
I'll piggyback off you then. So as someone who's traveled with the Johnsons, they're amazing. They're full of love and compassion. So all of us come with a similar mindset. And so bring your curiosity, you know, step outside your comfort zone, and we're going to rough and tough it in a very positive and loving and caring way. So that's my advice. Just embrace it, enjoy it. It's never a dull moment, and it's never a bad moment.
Love it.
Okay, I have something to say too. Well, before just a technical thing, this area of the country is best if we have more cash than cards, because in this area sometimes we don't have a good signal, so maybe we won't be able to use a POS or something like it. So it's best if you have that in mind. More cash. I mean, not too much. We have to be safe. Okay, it's not that expensive, but it's best if you have always cash in your hand.
Yeah.
What would be a recommended amount? What would be a recommended amount to bring for the full trip?
Yeah, we'll figure that out for you, AJ. Let us kind of bat that around. You know, we will be able to get to a bank. It's not the best to change money at the airport. It's usually most expensive. The hotel in Guatemala City will change money for you. But again, let's see, because we're
But that is-
arriving
they have
on a,
secure ATM. It's-
Yeah, they have a
I think
secure
we
ATM.
found the most cost-effective way to get quetzales, which is the local currency, is to go to a secure ATM in country and get it that way,
And-
rather than bring dollars in and try to exchange it, because it's just, especially at the airport, you get hit hard with exchange fees.
Yep, and we'll make sure that we find a place to do that. If the hotel, for some reason, their ATM machine is out, we will find a way to get to a bank within either Shella or Guatemala City so that you can trade that money, transfer that money and get the money that you
But
need.
let's make that a point of emphasis when looking at like
Yeah.
lodging arrangements in Weiwei, just to get a sense of who's got card capabilities and who doesn't.
Well, what she's afraid of is there's no internet. That's what she's afraid of.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so we'll work that out. That's a really good thing. We'll make sure we figure that out for you and give you a ballpark of what we think you might need. And we'll certainly know the pricing on the hotels. That will all be done in advance, and we can come up with an average for dinners. Because again, we look to try to do things rather inexpensive. We try to find places where we all eat together so we can have fun. And Deanna and Caitlin will be all over that. So that's great.
Also for the tour report, you have to pay until you get here. I mean, we make it work. Here we do all the reservation things, but you have to pay until you get here too. And the hotel too, right? The Casa Veranda pays. when you-
They can take a credit card. They'll take a credit card. I'll
They'll hold the
guarantee
room,
it.
but
They'll hold the
we
rooms.
don't actually pay.
We don't pay in
until-
advance,
Until
yep.
we're there, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
but-
and they know us. They know that we're not going to be bad clients. They
Yeah.
have my number, so
Yeah, and
they
what-
will reach me. If you're bad, they will reach me. And hunt me down. They will.
Yeah, and what we'll do is what Deanna's talking about is many times the tours that we take, we pay for in advance. So what we'll do is we'll use our credit card and then you'll pay us cash once we get there. We'll have that all figured out. We'll break it all down for you before we get there so you know exactly what you need. And, even if we do it in advance, you could even, PayPal it or what, we'll figure it out. Don't worry, we'll make sure that we know all that. They have to kind of secure all of, which places we're going to go. Oh, look at that kitty. We have to secure all the
She's
places that
fine.
we're going to go in that. So, we'll figure that all out.
So then I have one last question. I was sold the minute I got on this call, so I'm going to go on this. The question is registration. It's not just going to be me booking a flight, I assume. I have to formally register with you to say I'm joining, and then whatever I need to do in order to get prepared.
Yep. So what we ask that you do, if you've come on this call and you've never traveled with us before, if you go to our website, helpinghandsgratefulhearts.org, there's an actual application on there for you to sign up for the trip. So we'd love you to do that, fill that out. That gives us a little background on everybody. There's some things that I asked for. So Cameron mentions that I'm all about timing and I was a tour director on a bus lines for 5 years. So I am definitely all about, shuffling my sheep around and Rose, okay, that's funny. Cameron's cat jumped in the suitcase. So that it is important. We do like to keep on time. Now we're also on what we call Guatemala or Techo time. Sometimes for the best things that we do, sometimes we have to wait. So sometimes it's like, hurry up. Oh, we got to wait. We just ask that you be patient with that. Sometimes like 2 years ago, we got to the hotel and they had all the rooms screwed up and we had to redo all the rooms. These are the things that happen. We just kind of go with the flow and all that type of stuff. Our main goal for every one of us that have done this in the past and everybody that's been on this trip, we really want to make sure that you have a safe trip, that you have a fun trip, that you come away with an experience that changes your life for the better. I get teary just thinking about all the builds, the people, the teams that we create. We are a family while we're there. And that's the main thing for us. And again, sometimes I poke and prod or make you move along, but it's all out of love and to make sure that everybody's getting where they need to be, when they need to be, and that it's done safely and securely. And that, that our partnership with Techo just remains really great. They're awesome organization to work with. We absolutely love to be with them and they treat us like kid gloves. And what you're going to find is that a lot of them can't wait for us to come. We're the requested trip. So they hear the Johnsons are back. They're like, Helping Hands is back. The Johnsons, who else is coming? Is so-and-so coming back? Is so-and-so coming back? And, they want to be a part of it. So, our main goal is to always make sure that that's what you leave with. And if you have not seen the other video, there's a 10-minute video that we sent. It's a fabulous video that Kyle put together last year. You will see some of the fun that we had. Last year, we released turtles. I mean, how much more can you ask for? The black sand beaches, and we did fireworks, and we did these crazy fairy things, and we did waterfalls. I mean, our goal is to really provide you, and then you'll see the community and how, you know, how important it is to be in that community, and how much community we make, and the teamwork, and the fact that, you know, a lot of us don't speak Spanish, and we're hugging and we're crying and we're just so happy to be there. So, you know, it really is an amazing experience, and we'd love for every one of you to come experience with us. And if we're going to build 12 homes this year, we need every one of you to come.
I would just add on to that. So I realize time is a precious commodity, especially for folks who are pressed with their jobs and the like. But if you're committed to the trip, try to build in at least some time to do the touring aspect. And yes, we're here for the build, but the country has so much to offer, and a big part of the experience overall is seeing what the country has to offer, and you'll get just a slice of it, but it's a big slice of it is interacting with the Techo community, with the rest of your volunteer colleagues, and just to get an idea of what the country's about in total. So if you can make the time, I highly encourage it. It's a big component of the total trip.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, other questions, other comments? Anybody else want to chime in? Deanna?
Yeah, just two things. Just if you have it in mind. I mean, the building is hard. I mean, it demands something like physical, like you have to put yourself on it, but it's teamwork. So you don't have to be worried about that too. I mean, there's 12 holes that we have to open. There's a lot of things that we have to hammer, but it's not that hard when we are together. I mean, you're going to get tired, you will, but it's not, you're not going to die. Okay.
No.
This is a lot of teamwork, and you're going to see that it's amazing when you are doing the holes for the pilotes, and then you have finished the house, and it's like, whoa, when did it happen? Like, exactly when did it happen? Yeah, it's a good tire. It really good.
And there's something for everybody. You know, you don't have to be brute force. You don't have to move rocks. There's something, you know, there's jobs where you have to, you know, chip out the places for the hinges on the windows. There's sweeping, there's holding, there's all kinds of things for people to do. So there's something for everybody. You know, hammering, you know, everybody can try the hammer. You know, I'm not really good at it. I've done this for 7 years. That's okay, you know, but
Yeah,
I'm great at holding things up. So, you know, so again, there's something for everybody. And straightening the nails, exactly.
Yeah, and also I got now I really got pictures on the community center. I requested, so if you would like to see it,
Share so they can show in the community center. So Helping Hands Grateful Hearts, through all of you wonderful people, this year will be over 50 homes that we've built. We'll have built rehab 2 community kitchens in the schools, and we'll have built this community center as well as a playground. So this is a community that really wanted a community center. They wanted a place where they could do things like bring vegetables so that they could have, like, you know, swap places. They wanted a place where they could meet as a community. They wanted to have land in the area so they would have places to gather and those kind of things. Hammer, straighten, repeat. I love it. That's so true. Boy, that's beautiful, Deanna.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let me see if they send me something. Okay, yeah, finished.
So this community was so excited to get this building. You know, again, this gives them the opportunity to have community meetings. It gives them the opportunity to have a place. Yeah, it is amazing. You know, it's just a beautiful opportunity. And you know, we love the fact that we were able to do this. We'd have loved to have been part of the build, but this community was just so excited to get this. And that's great. And if you'd like to see some of the other projects we've done, our website, again, helpinghandsgratefulhearts.org. We have many of the other years' builds in there. You know, it's a great place to go. Oh, look, she's going to pull it up. There you go.
I'm so sorry. I am a bad member, but can you repeat the website?
I got it, Deanna.
Oh, show it to me.
What, our website?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're gonna share the link to me, or you're going to share the screen?
I'll post a link in the chat for everybody.
Where is it?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Wait, you sent the video. YouTube. Oh,
I sent the video, and then here is Helping Hands.
So anybody wants to grab that, you can. You can go and see it. Any other questions that we can answer for you? And there's a million that'll come up. Know that, we have a Facebook page.
Other meetings.
So yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
other meetings. We'll get together again. I'll send out packing guidelines. We'll do all this kind of stuff. So this is our website. You can see that there's if you're going to send somebody, there's a donate button up on the top so people can donate. And then, stuff goes down. You'll recognize some faces.
That's right.
And then, there's certain things that go on in here. There's the water kits. So there you go. These are the water filtration kits. They look a little different than that, but that's basically very similar to what they look like. And like we've said, they can actually help several families around them. There's other tabs for volunteers. There's projects. There's, all kinds of good stuff. So, it's just jam packed with things that we do. Again, projects and those type of things.
So can I ask a quick question, Susan?
Sure.
I wanted to follow up on specifically the donation part. Like I said, I'm twisting our CEO's arm to try and get a house or two donated from our company. But in the meantime, I want to send out a link to the other employees to donate because they donated a decent amount last time, and I think I can get the same. But two things. One, on the website itself, do we have a direct link to the donate page? Because I noticed when you click on it, it just kind of pops a separate screen, but there's not like a direct link I can give someone, like just click here to donate. They have to look for the button. So I was just wondering, is there a Helping Hands Griffel Hearts like /donate or something like this?
We'll put Cam on that. Cam, can you work on that?
Sorry, can you repeat?
So can you find a hyperlink that goes right to a donate page? Can you create one of those for us?
I can try.
Yep. So Cameron will work on that for you, Eric. That's a great idea.
Cool. Just because if I send people to the main page, I know some people will be like, I don't see the button.
Yeah, I just want to donate. Don't do this to me. I just want to donate. Yep.
Don't make me think. Take my money. So that's one.
That.
And number two, just as an FYI, I noticed on the mobile page, there's no donate button at the top. There's a donate link way at the bottom, and it's not in the
that's
menu.
something that's difficult with working with mobile pages, is because it doesn't rotate well and it covers up like a whole portion of like the actual page itself.
Yeah, we're working with them now, so we'll see if we can't get that there. We've just put in to work with our builders to see if they can't do a couple of things. We'll put that on the list as well, because that would be important.
Okay.
Be able to see the donate link. That would be great.
Cool.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm in the back page right now. Sorry.
Cool. That was about it. I'll stop talking about money and just want to say the best things about this are for free, which is the people, the memories, the morning warm-ups, the bus parties, the dinners under the stars, the silly games, all of that, interacting with the families, delivering the house. So I just wanted to end with the money piece is great, but it's about the memories, of course.
You remember when we were in Caban and we were outside Temuk Champe and we had to jump to get the bus out? Any one of you were there?
Yeah.
Remember that part?
Yeah. I think I told AJ about that when I tried to sell him on the trip. Yeah.
The guy was like, okay, I already put your music. I'll let you do whatever you wanted to, but I need your help now. So please, all of you, go to the back of the car and start jumping when I say now. And he was like, okay, because he was stuck, some kind of stuck because the car was too low, I believe. And he said, no, and we started jumping like crazy, and it was a lot of music, and it was super fun. I mean, kind of dangerous, I believe it. But it was super fun.
Yeah, we weren't on that bus. That wasn't our bus. It's okay. We took the old people bus.
So you'll have some really wonderful experiences that you couldn't possibly have in the US, or if you're from Canada, or there either. But yeah, just take a look at the longer video. I think there's some video of our ferry ride
Yeah,
last
our
year.
ferry ride last year was interesting. So, but
But if
again,
you like to make, if you need more pictures, you can request for it. We'll have a bunch of them.
yeah, no, but the video is really great. So, and now I want to finish with this. So fundraising. So everybody says, do it, how much do I have to fundraise? We don't put a dollar amount that you need to fundraise. We think that this experience is so important for people. You come away with so much, although we ask that you give it a try. It's not that difficult to raise money. Even it's a food kit, $55 for one food kit. We want to raise $5,000 in food kits. I'll send you all a flyer in the next day that you can actually says how much a home is. It says the food kit, and someone can actually give you a check made out to Helping Hands Grateful Hearts. They can put their name and their address on this flyer, and then you can collect them and mail them to me, and I will send them a donation letter, and they'll get a thank you from the Johnsons. They can donate on the back of the website. Let me give you a little option. When you donate on the back of the website, there is a processing fee for every credit card. We lose a certain percentage. So if someone says to you, oh, I'd be happy to give you a check, don't say, oh no, go to the back of the website. We'd much rather see the check. Now, we will take the back of the website any day. Don't get me wrong. We'll take that donation, but we'll take some of that money. And Helping Hands Grateful Hearts, so for those of you who don't know us, we do not take a salary, and the Johnsons fund every bit of the cost that goes into Helping Hands Grateful Hearts, except the credit card processing fees. That's just more than we can take on. We paid for the website to be built. We pay for the emails every month. We pay for all that kind of stuff. My sister Casey, we pay for all our travel. Again, the money that people give goes to a home unless they've run it through the back end of the website, where whatever that percentage is, we make up somewhere else. Okay. We do a lot of sales. We buy stuff when we're in other countries, and we bring it back and sell it. And we give that money to trying to fund some of we mail out mailers or those kind of things. So we do that. But it's really important that the money that we raise goes back to the communities and the families in need. And that's so important. So we would ask that you give us a hand with that. And, the more we raise, the more we can do. And if we raise too much money, we can maybe do a community service project in that community, or come up with another community service project that we can do. So that's really cool. And we thank everyone for doing the best that they can. We will help you with any fundraisers. I will write any letters to any organizations. I will give you flyers. And I think Kevin wants to finish up by maybe putting an offer out. Do you want to talk about fundraising?
Oh, sure. Well, some of you may know that I created a company called Endeavor Coffee Roasters, principally coming out of the coffee experiences from Guatemala. And so if anybody is looking for opportunity, there's a win-win here. I'm relatively new and small. And so for me to get name recognition and for you to generate funds for the trip, for fundraising, I'll work with you. Basically, I'll roast coffee at cost, and whatever you guys can sell it for will go toward the fundraising, either whether that's your trip costs or whether that's your, what you want to put toward a home.
Toward a home.
So I can tell you it's great coffee, and it's not just because I'm roasting it, but some of you have already bought it. It's a couple notches quality wise above
it's organic.
what you're going to get. I do only organic. So it's clean for the consumers, but it's also from the work we've done with the farmers in Guatemala. We know they much prefer to work on those farms where they're not getting gassed by all the chemicals. And so it's an opportunity. So let me know.
Yep.
And we can go from there.
Yep.
And I just posted his link to his website down in the chat.
Cool. And what we'll do, if you're interested in doing this, contact Kevin, because we have two different ways that you can do this. One, he'll create a coupon code for you for the back. It's just really something so we know that we need to get you money back. Or he'll create some kind of a flyer where you can put it out there, kind of like Girl Scout cookies, and people can order their coffee. You'll pay us the cost plus the shipping. Kevin will send you the coffee, and then you can hand it out, and you can either donate that money back to a home, or if you're someone who needs to raise funds to actually travel on the trip, we don't mind if you take that money to travel on the trip. We just ask that you either use it for travel or to give back to the community. Those are the only two things that we ask with that. But, it's a win-win. It's an opportunity to talk to people, and everybody loves good coffee, so it's an opportunity.
I drink it every morning, and my company says I'm very productive. So,
All right.
Nice. Nice.
Awesome.
All right.
Well,
Any other
one more thing, Susan. I just so I'm actually going to Guatemala next month, at the end of next month. So if there's anything you want me to bring back, please let me know. I mean,
Oh,
I,
yeah, for
Oh.
sure.
I can meet with Kate in Philly and hand it to her. Just let
Yes.
me know.
Yeah.
I'll be more than glad
All
to
right.
bring you stuff.
Can you bring back? Can you bring back Deanna?
Oh, there you go.
Yes, please, please.
Please, please. we
I'll
take her
put her in
back.
one of my luggage.
She
She's
fits.
small. She fits, honest.
Yeah.
You can borrow my
I-
LLB coat. I know she fit in my LLB coat.
Diana, I can meet up with you in Antigua when I get down there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you told me I live very close to you.
Okay.
To-
Yo te
Like,
aviso.
5 minutes.
And I'll definitely take you up on that, Eddie. I will figure that out. That's awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
You got
Right.
it.
Anything else? Any other questions? I know we've got some new folks on here. No? All right. So Cameron, did you post the other video up in the website?
Yes, both videos are up on the
Okay,
website.
So here's what I'll do. I'll leave this. You're welcome to jump off, but if you want to sit and watch the other video, I can pull that video up. Or Cameron, why don't you share it? If you would do that, that'd be great. And you can see the second video, and we'll kind of hang out and watch it with you. But if you need to jump off, we certainly understand. We'd love for all of you to come. You know, again, it's a fun experience. You know how to get a hold of us. It's our first name at helpinghandsgratefulhearts.org. It's Cam, C-A-M, Kate, K-A-I-T, Kevin, K-E-V-I-N, and Susan, S-U-S-A-N, at helpinghandsgratefulhearts.org. You know, feel free to reach out to any one of us. We'll be happy to have a conversation about fundraising or questions. And then, like I said, we will do more of this in the future. So you
You
can.
guys receiving this?
Yeah, we see it. This is a great video.
Mhm.
Really appreciate you guys, but I gotta get going. Thank you so much.
All right, bye,
Bye,
AJ.
AJ.
No
Bye.
worries.
People to Guatemala, if they see everything that the country has to offer. If we were to bring a trip here and just do the community, you would never get a feel for the beauty, the people, and really the diversity that Guatemala has to offer. So when we come here, we try to start with the city.
Buffering.
It's buffering or something, Cam.
I
Huh.
paused it now.
Yeah, you don't hear any of the music or anything. Can you just go back real quick and see if we can start it? Just restart it for a sec. Something happened, something weird.
You guys got the page?
Yeah. No worries if you have to drop off. Thanks. We certainly understand.
Is this
One of
better?
the things that we feel is really important is when we bring people to Guatemala.
Just make sure that you are sharing the sound too. It's hearing but too low.
Yep, hang on. So, yeah. Jump out, Cam.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. I don't know why it wasn't, I'm just looking for the video. Hold on, it might be better for me to share it. All right, here we go. Hold on.
My bad.
No, it's okay.
Bob, do you have it saved on your desktop anywhere? It might run a little better. I don't know.
I don't.
Hold on.
Always select the part that share sound.
Hang on.
Remember, Mom, it's on the volunteer page.
I got it right here.
One of the things that we feel is really important is when we bring people to Guatemala, that they see everything that the country has to offer. If we were to bring a trip here and just do the community, you would never get a feel for the beauty, the people, and really the diversity that Guatemala has to offer. So when we come here, we try to start with the city. Visit the Central Market, we see the history, we see the Parliament buildings, and then we try to do something very touristy where we're learning the history. It might be a tour of Guatemala City. And yesterday we did Los Amates, which is the beautiful waterfalls, the Niagara, they say, of Guatemala. So when you do that, and then you get to go to the community and you see where the community has poverty and need, you understand why people want to stay in Guatemala. You understand why people might want to leave because there is poverty, but why they want their families to stay here. And you leave knowing that it's much more than just one thing. You know, Guatemala encompasses city life, agriculture, there's poverty, there's tourism. And we really believe that you need to leave when you come on a trip with us with that ability to see all those sides, because it gives you that really deep understanding of the country and why it's so special.
Llevo la marca, regalado solo y no me sonrojo. Si te digo que te quiero, que de eso te dejo, eso ya no me da miedo a decirlo, sin dudarlo la más fea. Entre todas las estrellas, en el firmamento, como ganas el cielo. Cuando uno ama con todo el alma, y es que el cariño que te tengo no se paga con dinero, como decimos, me sonrojo si te digo que te quiero, que de eso te dejo, eso ya no me da miedo a decirlo, sin dudarlo más fea, entre todas las estrellas.
We're moving around Guatemala, being a more tropical country. We get to see things that, having grown up in the northeast of the U.S., we didn't get to experience and see. The palm trees, the coconut trees, the banana trees, and now the coffee farms. I'm a coffee lover, and getting to see the plant, spot them all over the place. But the mountains are incredible. The active volcanoes are something spectacular to see and experience. And putting those things all together is a very unique package that Guatemala has to offer.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your grave. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I want to recognize.
But that was super sketchy.
The future is now. I waited for you in the passenger seat. There's only so far I can ride in your dreams. While you were chasing everything else but me, I'm starting to break out from your grave. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I want to recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking it out. The fire is stole away. I know one day we'll come back around.
So when we do a build with Techo, Techo spends a lot of time in the community itself. They go there weekly, they learn the leaders, they learn the people, and they work with the community to determine who really needs a house. And sometimes they do other things. They might do, we've built playgrounds, we've rehabbed school kitchens, we've built a community center. But every year we try to focus on houses. It's nice to bring people here and actually get to build with the house. So once they've scouted the community, they get to know the community, they determine who is in the most need. It's not really a political thing, it's really the community determining who's most in need or in danger of not being able to provide for themselves. We then get to go in and we break up in little teams and then we work with that family. So a family is required to put in a little bit of payment into the home. They're required to help clear the land. They're required to work with our build team. And in most years, this year's a little unusual, they're actually required to feed us lunch. Now, Techo works with us to provide them with beans or gluten-free pasta or things like that that we can eat. But the family then cooks and we eat with the family. So that build becomes so much more than just building a house. It's building a relationship. Many of us don't speak Spanish, or we've worked in communities that speak Mayan, like Quiche, or there's actually 32 different dialects, but it doesn't matter. By the time we finish and we do this special ceremony of giving the house over to the family, right when the house is just about done, we ask the family to leave. We clean up the area, we blow up balloons, we put up streamers, we put a big ribbon on the door, and then we have a ceremony where we talk with the family. We tell them how much we've enjoyed working with them, how much we have great hope for them for the future, and then we allow them to open that door and go inside. It's a very emotional time. It's a lot of hugging, a lot of tears, and it really leaves you with a sense of giving that family the opportunity to do something more. It's really a beautiful way to do that build. We live in the community, we work in the community, and we really leave feeling that we're part of that community when we're done. We are here at the celebration of completing our house. This is such an emotional time for me as well. It has been 3 amazing days with a beautiful family. Rodrigo and Claudia have 2 children. This is a hand up for them. They now have a beautiful home that they can live in. It has locks on the windows, locks on the doors. It has a roof over their head, and they can now focus on other things in their life. For us that have been on the build, it's been great. We worked side by side with the family. Rodrigo was our man. He was amazing with the nails, and you know, we were a girl power team. But we managed to put this house up in a little over 2.5 days, and we are so excited for their new life. And as I said, it's so emotional to do this. It's such a beautiful thing to do, to have a family and to be able to work together. And it's wonderful to complete another build.
So there you go.
Great.
I don't,
Great video.
yeah,
very cool.
it was really well done. I mean, did a great job, and it's a little long, but I just, you know, for those, whoops, hold on, something's there.
So
Hang on.
I realized why you guys
Hang on,
didn't
hang
have
on.
sound. The reason you guys didn't have sound, Mom, is because my sound comes through my headset while you guys have it on speaker.
I'll do it.
So that was
You were
why.
listening, but no.
Also, Eric, I have, and I'm posting a link to the donation page that I just made. So
Wow,
Oh,
quick
good.
turnaround. IT support's great around here.
can I say,
We have some quite a staff on there.
I made the donation button as large as I possibly could.
There we go. Perfect. Nice. Do you think that mobile issue will be fixed or no?
So this one, This one will show this button will show up on mobile because this is
Right.
actually part of the page.
Understood.
As for the donate, I gotta look into that. That one's something that's above my level of of skill when it comes to coding websites.
Yeah,
So
we have a team that we're working with, and we've just, like I said, we've just given them a whole list of things between Kevin's website and ours that we'd like to work with. So we'll put that on the list because that would really be important.
yeah.
Cool. No worries.
Yeah, no, it's great. All right, well, thanks for hanging in there to watch the video. It's a, again, for those who have been, it's a great video. It brings back a lot of memories, I'm sure, of other builds. And for those who haven't been, it gives you an idea of, just how special something like this can be.
Absolutely. It's an incredible place and it's an incredible experience.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. I will send this video out to anybody. So if you have somebody who might want to learn more, they can. We'll continue to be in touch. If you have never traveled with us, please go to the website and fill out the volunteer form so that we have your information here. And we look forward to traveling with everyone.
Cool. Great seeing all of you.
Thanks,
Bye,
Tiana.
everybody.
Bye,
Yeah,
everybody.
nice to see you.
Bye,
all of
everybody.
you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hugs until the next meeting. Bye.
Ow.